Being frugal is something different. I believe there is more to it than just monetary gain. I believe that becoming more frugal would be beneficial for all of us. Since the term frugal may have a variety of meanings depending on who you ask, I'll start first by discussing why you should care for one, and second, defining what I mean by it. Finally, I'll discuss the benefits of being frugal from a financial, physical, mental, emotional, and social standpoint. Welcome to Finance Dojo! We aim to be the best personal finance educational channel you'll ever need. Click that subscribe button and the notification bell right now so you won't miss out. So why is being frugal important to anyone? The lives of most individuals may be improved in two ways by just becoming more frugal. The first is that your money will go further. This implies that you have the option of working less if you choose to concentrate on other tasks and projects. The second is that it makes you more money conscious, allowing you to spend more on things you enjoy. This will make life more enjoyable for you, even if your income and spending are relatively the same. Let's talk about what it takes to be frugal, since you may be spending $100,000 every year. Frugality is not about how much money you spend. It has to do with how you spend your money and how you don't. As we'll define it today, frugality is a measure of happiness for every dollar spent. When you consider some of the purchases we make, you'll see that some of them provide us more happiness per dollar spent than others. And even the same item might not bring us the same level of happiness every time. A hypothetical scenario would be John and Jane and their 3 children. John and Jane live in a 900 square foot, 2-bedroom apartment, which is crowded and stressful with 3 children. But it costs them just $1,500 a month, so they have tolerated it thus far. John's recent promotion has made it possible for them to purchase a house. So they begin looking and find a 2,000 square foot, 4-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms. The house will cost them $2,000 a month. But think about how nice it will be for everyone to have their own room, which may make the kids less stressed out and less likely to fight. More space for kids to play, a yard, and the option to decorate, renovate, etc. The house will bring John, Jane, and their kids more happiness per dollar than the apartment. Yes, it is more expensive, but since they aren't just wasting $500 a month on housing, it is the most cost-effective option. In this case, it almost surely is worth the money, but this is frequently only true up to a certain extent. Let's assume that 9 days every month, or 30% of the time, John and Jane were happy in their apartment. It implies that John and Jane enjoy their apartment for $167 a day. They enjoy their new house 80% of the time, or 24 days a month, since they have enough room to make it their own. But there are a few things they'd like to change. For their new house, they are currently spending $83 every day. This is an improvement over the apartment, but what if they moved into a second home that costs $3,000 a month, which has more space and higher-end appliances? It still includes bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Is it worth your money? Depending on John and Jane's preferences. From a frugal viewpoint, we'd have to ask how much happiness this $3,000 per month home brings, both now and in the future, since people are good at adapting. Now, some of you may have observed, no matter how many days John and Jane enjoy their $3,000 a month house, they'll never spend less than $83.30 a day. Even if they enjoyed every day in that second house, they would still be spending around $100 per day on enjoyment. But the amount of happiness is important. How we spend our money is measured by our frugality, depending on our taste and goals. Those who are more frugal than us have optimized their expenditure depending on their tastes and goals. To be more frugal, we need to be more conscious of our spending habits and determine whether we want to keep doing it. So let's talk about the financial benefits of being more frugal. The first benefit is fewer individuals spend money than they did before adopting a more frugal lifestyle. People who follow the steps will cut their costs by 20 to 25%, which range is true for all levels of income. According to the Consumer Expenditure Survey from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, people spend an average of $60,000 a year. Therefore, if people have chosen to be more frugal, reduce their expenditure by 20% to 25% on average, The average person could save $12,000 to $15,000 per year, or $1,000 to $1,250 per month by practicing frugal living. That's nearly enough for a 401k, enough to max up an IRA or HSA. You could achieve financial freedom much faster if you did this. The second benefit is you may also see some improvements in your mental and physical health. I mention this because a lot of people stress about money. It's frequently considered one of the greatest, if not the biggest causes of divorce, which brings about several additional long-term issues. Stress in general is linked to 6 of the leading causes of death around the world. It has been related to heart disease, cancer, lung conditions, accidents, liver cirrhosis, and suicide. With heart disease accounting for 24% of fatalities in 2017, it is a top cause of death globally. The second leading cause of mortality, cancer, accounts for 21% of all fatalities, while accidents or unintentional harm account for 6%. Illnesses like these might have other causes besides just stress. These statistics can be reduced with a healthy diet, frequent exercise, and checkups. All of these things can be taken care of if you spend more time on things you care about, like your health. Being more frugal won't necessarily make your life stress-free, but it will probably make you less stressed out financially, which might help you avoid unnecessary concerns in other areas. Since stress is linked to more than half of all deaths around the world, it's something to think about. The third benefit is being frugal can help emotionally. Studies show that fairness is key to happiness. We are a social species, and one of our traits is the tendency to compare ourselves to others. When our hard effort pays off, it's satisfying. We don't have everything that others do, but that's alright as long as it doesn't interfere with our capacity to support ourselves, and we believe they have earned it. For instance, I don't despise doctors just because they are wealthy. They do a service that we will all need. Therefore, I don't mind that they are well paid. I rarely compare myself to others since up until now, I've been lucky enough to support myself. Hypothetically, it would be worse if doctors stopped me and others from providing for ourselves while making millions a year and drove a different Ferrari to work every day, except Fridays when they partied on their yacht. The last benefit of being frugal that I want to talk about is the possible social benefit. This is because you will become more aware of how much is enough for you and your lifestyle. This is a logical outcome of looking at your expenditures to see if you're spending exactly right or enough to live the life you desire. But what happens if you have too much? For instance, take a doctor who makes $250,000 a year but only needs $100,000 to live the life they want. What do they do with the remaining cash? Depending on the person, they may occasionally donate it to friends, family, charities, or actual people in need. These things can help the people who are helped by generosity. When people have enough, they may volunteer their time, expertise, or resources to assist others, which may have comparable results to what our doctor friend accomplished. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. You should always do your own research and speak to a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.